Good morning. Well, it's not morning, and my voice is still adjusting to the morning, but that's why we have this tea. We are having spearmint with some honey today. Ooh, and that's so soothing. So, yeah, let's get into it. I was watching this video, and it was about Jasmine, and it was Jasmine against 20 Christian women. And it was one part in particular that really stood out to me. And yeah, by the way, I'm not a Christian. Okay. Shocker. But anyway, it was one part in there that really stood out to me when she was talking about like they were talking about like sage, but she was talking about in the sense like, yeah, it smells good, and like she was just talking about like how she likes a clean space and like how a clean space also creates like like a clean mind, or like like you are able to think more freely when your space is clean. And I 100% agree with this. Like, I love to have my stuff picked up, and I did not used to be like this at first, but like now everything has to have a place because I need to find everything easily, especially the things I frequently use. So typically, I am so I I know where I put everything now. Now, sometimes I may not put things back where it was, but it will be in the place where I used it last. And then when I am picking up, I'm going to put it back in said place. We're not perfect. I'm not going to be putting things back every single time, but typically I do. Like even when I'm like getting ready now, like, and I pick out a couple of clothes, I'm like, everything has to be put back somewhere. Like the hangers have to be put up. Like I need my space together. The spearmint is doing its job this morning. But also to it made that video in particular made me realize like I have been missing like some key components for myself recently. And I have not been taking care of myself like I say I have. Like, of course, I've been protecting my peace. Like, yesterday, I was supposed to go to this event, and I got there, I pulled up, and I was feeling rushed already because I had just woke up from like an hour nap before I went and got ready. But I woke up, I put on an outfit, I was like, not really feeling this outfit. And then I changed like the top, and I was like, I'm feeling this like a little bit better. And so I continued to get ready and get dressed. And then I got there and I sat there and I was listening to a CD that I just bought. I want to get back into CDs while I'm in the car, just because I want to unplug like from my phone just a little bit more. Like I personally think everyone should be unplugging from their phone. Again, as someone that does social media things and I do SW work that consists people to be on their phones, I think people should have that time where they unplug. But I wanted to unplug more from the car. So, like, instead of like picking songs and like having a specified playlist for the car, I would rather just put a CD in and listen to the album all the way through. And honestly, I've been loving it. Yesterday, specifically, I was listening to TLC, I think, oh, the Crazy Sexy Cool album, by the way. And it was amazing because it was, I've listened to the album, but like I'm listening to it with a new set of ears. And I say that because we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving. Like, have you ever watched a show when you were younger and then you watched it now with like some fresh eyes, some fresh ears, and you're like, whew, wow, that just hit differently. So, me being in the car, I'm plugging for my phone for one, because sometimes you could be listening to something but not fully hearing it. Or is it you could be hearing something and not listening to something? But yeah, I say all that to say, like, I was like fully in the moment. Of course, still I'm paying attention to the road, so I'm not fully in it 100%, but I'm more in it than I would be if I was like working on my laptop or something while listening to the music. So, yeah, I was in the car and I was vibing to the music, and I had drove past and I was trying to find a parking spot. And first of all, it was hot. We have a heat advisory, and I think we have heat advisories maybe for a week now because it's supposed to be in the hundreds like every day. And of course, the heat advisory goes away in the evening time, but it was like, it was in the hundreds, and because we are in the South, the humidity makes it even hotter. But I just was like sitting in the car and I was like, I could go in this place and be hot and get sweaty. And one thing about me, I don't like to get sweaty just because when I get sweaty, my leg starts to slip off of me and it really makes me feel uncomfortable even more. So I was just like, I could deal with this. Or, or I could enjoy my vibes a bit more and I could go get me some pineapple whip and I could go back home. And I did that instead. And I talked on the phone with two friends and I enjoyed that a bit better. And the people was going to meet, like I saw them up when they were walking in, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. So I chose what was right for me. But so I was saying all that to say I have been, when it comes to like me choosing myself, I will do that. But one thing I have been neglecting is having like love for myself. Like, not that is a love for myself, but like, I have not been like pouring into my space. Now, it is one thing I did buy. I did buy this. And it's a weighted pearl, and she just fits my bed so perfectly. Like, look at this. Like, she matches everything. But I bought this, and I was like thinking about it. I was like, I really don't have money for this. And it's like, I do. I do. And I was just thinking about it in the sense because, we are in a recession. I know that. I'm fully aware of that, especially as someone that does SW work. I feel like we are the first people to know that. But I'm going to do things like this. And that was the only thing that I had done. But I again go back to Jasmine because in Jasmine, she was talking about like, yeah, I like good smells. And like, I have been neglecting that part of my space. I haven't been lighting incense. I haven't been using my tarot deck. Like, and it was one thing I go through like a phase of like using my tarot a little bit too much sometimes, and I haven't used it at all. I didn't even do a birthday reading, and typically I like to do that like when I start my year off, but I did not do that. So I'm going to get back to things that make me happy. I've been talking about my nails a lot recently and how I miss my claws, my clackers. And so I'm getting them back tomorrow. I'm excited. So I really say all this to say, make sure you're really pouring into yourself. And I have been pouring into my friends. They know that. And I just have really been neglecting myself. And I can hear it in how tired I am. And yeah, so I'm going to do some things this week that pour into me. Of course, it's things that I have to do with my friends, and it's some clients I have to help. Not help, but it's some clients that I'm working with right now. But yeah, while everything is happening, I can definitely tell that I am taking care of myself enough because the universe is gifting me the things, okay? So I'm going to continue to do my things, but I will say I am going to continue to add some things that I have been missing, some things that have been making me happy in the past. I need to bring those back, and music is one of them. So, like me unplugging from my phone is also a thing. Like, I have been too in my phone recently, and yeah, just I usually don't read comments, but like I have got caught myself like reading some comments here and there. And yeah. But anyway, I will let everyone go. This is a longer video than I thought it would be, actually. And I'm going to get off of here and have a good day. So I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for tuning in again. I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Bye.